Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AOR Hype Energy Season 2019-2020 Split 1 Christmas Cup here on the PC. We're here for the 5th and final round of the AOR Hype Energy Split 1 Classic Christmas Cup, and it is here from the deserts of Bahrain. The circuit, which joined the F1 calendar back in 2004 and has been with us ever since, except for a single cancellation back in 2011. And talking about those old times, of course today we will be using the classic cars, as also stated in the name. Today we're using the Renault R26, the championship winning Renault. And of course in the Classic Christmas Cup we do not have any qualifying to decide the starting order. Instead we are using the reverse championship standings, and we'll have a look at the starting grid in just a second. But before that, let me introduce myself, Jens Rendtorff, and my co-commentator for this evening, Amkasa. Good evening, how are you doing tonight?
I'm not too shabby, man, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Now let's just hop straight in and have a look at the championship standings, which is also the starting grid. We see Skatey on pole position, then Lucas Blakely in second, Apex in third, Smeech in fourth, Richie B in fifth, Hooper sixth, Team at Marduk in seventh, Flash in eighth, Iceman in ninth, Mr. Anchor in 10th, Hypers in 11th, Nicholas in 12th, and Ray down in 13th and last.
Yeah, it's looking like an interesting grid, particularly down towards the back. You got Nicholas Longa and Crow, well, he is Crow, and Hypers. And Lucas is always a good driver as well, so he's going to be starting at the front. He's going to be in a great position here to hopefully, for his sake, take an early lead and hold it. Keep your eyes though on Ben. He's a man that can produce. He has got a win already in this mini-series. That's the second race, so keep your eyes on him as well. But we're now taking up positions on the grid. We're under orders anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to find a proper camera. It's always pesky to try and find it. As the fire red light's coming on, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and it was a quick one this time, and it's lights out. Away we go down towards turn 1. Down at the back we're seeing some quite quick starts, but at the front Lucas is challenging Skatey into turn 1. It looks like Skatey has him round the outside, turns to the inside, but then to the outside of course. But Lucas, through that first complex, gets first place. Further down, of course, some yellow flags. It looks like someone's around. It looks like Ray's around, or Hypers. Crow, and Hypers as well. It looks like they were both involved in that. Not the best start for any of those. Ray retiring from the session. Not good for him. That means that he's probably, he's probably out of the running for taking this championship. As, the guys further up ahead will of course be taking a lot of points compared to further down, and Ray of course not getting any points now.
Yeah, blistering start though from Mr. Anchor and Crow. Up 5 and 6 places. Crow nearly up 6. Contact there with Mr. Anchor. Gets away with it, but he's going to lose a place there. So Ben, he's going to go streaming on by, and Crow slots back in straight behind him, looking for any opportunity he can to make a move, but that little dive cost him a place, and now he's got it all to do once again, but they are still very tightly bound. And unless you are the front few, you're starting to spread out already up there as Hooper is looking to make a move on Skatey, looking for switchback through the last couple of corners. He's not going to get it, but slipstream down the home straight. Should be a great opportunity to have a little dive down here as these V8s roar down the home straight. They're going to try and go 3 wide here by the looks of things. This could end bad. I can't see it, the camera's terrible here.
There we go, 2 wide. Anka tried to get down the inside, but Hooper and Skatey kept it going. Skatey in 3rd, Hooper 4th currently. But Anka just making him up in the mirrors of Hooper, and Skatey goes wide. Hooper now tried to make the move work on Skatey, but just didn't have enough speed. And further back, we're seeing battling between Crow and Team at Marduk, but there Skatey locks up, goes wide. Anka and Hooper takes the position there quite easily from him. Now he has to look behind as Crow and Ben and Flash as well is coming up from behind. Now Crow and Skatey into turn 11 there. He has the position quite easily down the inside, but the switchback for Skatey looks to be working quite well. Then round the outside, quite tricky, and further ahead we're seeing the same with Anka and Hooper. Great driving there from those. Great to see some battling early on. Of course, short races here in the Classic Christmas Cup, so the drivers have to get the most of it when they can.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't expect to see many pit stops for anything other than damage here. But I think Skatey's showing us that he hasn't put a lot of practice into this. He's made a lot of mistakes on these opening few laps. He even made a mistake on the formation lap running wide at turn 13. As Hooper and Mr. Anka looking to swap places, Mr. Anka has it, but Hooper could get the drive off the corner here. Crow is behind these two, looking for any opportunity he can. Hooper is almost alongside. Crow's going to try and go around the outside here of Hooper. Has he made this work? He has. He's got 1. He's going to get 2 off the corner. No, he's just going to settle for 1. And he's up to P4. And Crow needs to just finish well ahead of Hypers. Not even that far ahead of Hypers. And he's pretty much got that covered. So Crow looking good here to take the title. And Flash and Skatey swap places as well. Flash up to P7. Skatey trying to hold on. He's not had the best opening few laps. He's dropped 7 places so far. He just needs to reel it all in. Hyper's down only 1 place, but he's starting to now catch up to the bunch. And he should have Apex here on the straight. He's going to go down the inside. Apex a little lag. Hyper's a little bit down the inside. And Hyper's up to P11.
A great drive from Hypers there. Hypers, of course, in that battle for the championship, but he needs to get more points over Crow, of course. He's up into 4th and Hyper's only down in 11th. So he'll need to make up a bunch of positions in a very short race if he wants any hopes of winning the Classic Christmas Cup this season.
Yep, Crow was looking to shape up Mr. Anka, but he's not going to get it this time around. Further up the field though, Lucas Blakely is 1.2 seconds clear, and Smee just 4 seconds clear of Mr. Anka's. Crow picks up the first penalty of the day, and that's not a good start for him. That's really going to put him under the pressure. Such a short race, picking up a 3-second penalty this early on could really affect his final standings, as Hypers is looking to make moves here on Iceman. Has he got that one made? He has, just up to P9 then for Hypers, and Iceman dropping down to P10.
Now look at Iceman, or Richie B. He was looking to make the move as Iceman just locked up, just showing that he's open to take any possibility of an overtake if it arises to him. Further up the field now, Flash real close to Ben up in 6th and 7th here. That battle for 6th place, of course, it is a very large amount of points you get in the Classic Christmas Cup just to make it fair for everyone, now that it is so short, so little races and such short races. Flash now able to get position.
That's a big penalty to be given. That's a 5-second penalty for extended track limits, as Apex picks up a 3 seconds. So Hooper could see himself drop a hell of a lot of places as it stands, as Hypers is making moves on Skatey down home straight, side by side, almost matching speed by the looks of things. Both having the same top speed. Sakhir's going to be a little bit later on the brakes. He is, but he's going to lose it back down the inside. No, Scasey can't do anything about it. Looking for the drive off the corner, but I think Hypers has this secure. He's going defensive anyway, just to make sure. And he does have that one, or is Scasey looking for a cheeky switchback? He's looking, he ain't getting. Hypers holds P8 as Mr. Anchor is right on the back end of Crow. Crow's up to P3 now, and he'll try and charge after Smeege, but we're on lap 5 or 14. He's already 5 seconds off the pace. He's got to really put the hammer down now if he wants to get that second place.
Yeah, but Crow does have quite a bit of pace in these cars, but a 4.6 second gap up to Smeech. It is a tall order, but he is quite quick, it looks like, in these cars, so I wouldn't quite see him out of this race just yet, but as I said, very tall order.
Yeah, it's Smeege. I mean, Crow's in a different league to Smeege. Metaphorically and physically. In today's Hypers makes moves down the inside there of Flash. He's up to P7 after a dreadful start that he had. Starting to make waves. Next up for him is Ben. Assuming Flash can't come straight back at him. Hypers goes defensive. Flash is not going to get past it. Nope. Hypers holds P7. And just keeping my eyes on lap times. Crow is 2/10 slower than Lucas that last time round, and a 10th slower than Smeege. So, and don't forget, Crow does have a 3-second penalty to his name, which you're going to have to take at the end of the race. Will that cost him a podium? I think that's probably the main thing in his mind at the moment, is just get 3 seconds clear of Mr. Anchor, secure the podium, then look to the next step, which is just got to overtake Smeege at this point. You're not going to get 3 seconds ahead of his Smeege before the end of this race, as Hypers is looking to make moves on Ben. Which way is he going to go? Neither way.
Yeah,
He's going to sit behind for now.
Yeah, I think it was just waiting for that straight, because going down the inside of that corner is not your typical place, but it is quite common to lock up your brakes into that turn 9-10 complex downhill braking, whilst also turning a bit to the left. So I think it was just hoping for Ben to make a big lock up, to maybe sneak it down the inside, but he didn't. Ben keeping his head calm, even though he has pressure from behind. Now onto the start finish straight. Of course, it actually looks like Ben has caught up to Hooper a little. This looks like it's going to be a three-way train, as now Hyper's coming from behind. He is quick. Ben staying out to the left, not choosing to go defensive. That opens up for Hypers down the inside. As Ben was a bit squabbly there in that corner as they go side by side, almost touching. That was so close. But Hyper's not able to get the overtake done.
I think if you ask Hypers, that was a touch. If you ask Ben, that wasn't a touch. So yeah, they are still going at it as you go into the sort of the midfield part now. We've got the straight coming up in a moment. Quickly though, Crow putting a 30.1, taking out 2-3 tenths off the guys in front of him. So he's starting to close down the gap to the front boys. Will he close up enough? Hypers close right up to the back of Ben. He's already pulled out the slipstream. Is he going to slip back in, or is he just going to go for it? He's just going to go for it. Looking down the inside here. Lost the late breakers. He has it, but I think Ben's going to have this one back around the outside, then on the inside. Still to work out who's going to have the position, and Ben just the nose ahead at this point in time. But Hypers, look at that drive right around the outside there of Ben, and has P6. What could Ben do? Can he look down the inside here? Or is he going to wait until the home straight? I think he's got to wait now, isn't he? Flash, in the meantime, is right on the back of these guys. Keep an eye on him. He can take advantage of any little mistake these guys produce. But Hypers, look at that. He's already pulled ahead, and because he's in the slipstream of Hooper, he can just hold off Ben so easily, and there's nothing he can do about it. So Hypers holding P6, going to be attacking for P5 in a moment.
It's indeed great drive from Hypers, up 5 positions from where he started. He of course is quite high up in the championship, so he was starting way down at the back. But yeah, great drive up to 6th for now.
All over the back of Hooper, isn't he? This is
Yes.
it's a matter of time here. He's gone.
That's great, but he's gone around the outside there.
He's got it.
Yeah, that's a great move there. Great driven from Hypers. It looks like he's got it. Hooper, will he take it back? Oh, they go side by side into that tricky complex. But Hypers, he's got it. Great drive from him as Hooper just picks himself up with a 3-second time penalty. But wow, Hypers round the outside of turn 8. Not the place you usually see. Now up into 5th position. Great drive from him.
Yeah, and Hooper picks up a penalty for good measure during all that. Just to hammer home the point, Hooper's now on 8 seconds of penalties, and we're only on lap 8 of 14. It's going to give him a big drop once the checkered flag falls, but there are plenty of penalties being applied around him. As Crow goes even faster as he tries to close up to the front runners. But Mr. Ranker's not going quietly. Mr. Ranker needs to stay within 3 seconds of Crow to get that position at the checkered flag. He's got half a second left on that. If we can say that he has a chance of taking that. Ben almost had a shot there at Hooper, but nothing came of it.
Now Ben, of course, keeping close to Hooper, and of course in these cars, they're not struggling with quite the same dirty air as we're seeing in the modern F1 car, so they can follow that bit closer, meaning a bit more exciting racing. Just showing through the S's of 5, 6 and 7.
Yeah, the brakes aren't cold though, I can tell you that for sure. They're hitting over 1,000 degrees in these braking points. Dirty air or not, that's a warm set of brakes. There's Flash hovering on the back end of Ben, just waiting for that chance, but as long as Ben's in the slipstream of Hooper, it's going to be quite hard for Flash to catch up and overtake. He's just going to hope for a mistake from either the two in front of him. As well, the front's starting to spread out a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like Crow isn't able to close the gap quite enough. We're already on just at the end of lap 9 on to lap 10. This race is flying by. This is of course only a 25% race as Crow puts in a new fastest lap of the 1:29.7, I believe that was.
Yeah.
So he is just putting in some blistering lap times currently.
There's only one other driver who's managed to put in a 29-second lap, and that's Hypers in P5. And that, I mean, you've got Lucas putting in 30.1, Samij a 30.3, but Crow hitting a 29.79. That is just quick.
Yeah, especially in these cars, not having the same grip levels as the modern cars.
Oh, Flash! Sorry, Flash nearly lost the back end there.
Oh yeah, that was close. Just saw it in the background. I had the camera focused on Ben just for the middle of that fight, but yeah, he was close to losing it there. He's lost a heap of time there.
Yeah, Ben right up into the back of Hooper. 0.7 is the gap there. Flash needs to try and work out what to do, but the important thing at this point is Flash doesn't have any penalties. The two drivers in front of him have a 3-second each. So Flash will get those positions, so he just needs to hold on until the checkered flag falls and he'll gain those 2 positions. Not worry about Skatey behind. Skatey's got 6 seconds penalties. So he has that one covered quite comfortably. Actually, Hooper's got 8 seconds, hasn't he? Ben's got 3, so Flash doesn't need to do too much.
Now that is of course the thing with penalties, but Hyper's putting in a 1:29.711. Those two, Crow and Hypers, are both putting in blistering lap times currently, really just trying to use the last bit as Ben dives it down the inside of Hooper. Just trying that dive bomb from quite far back, but just didn't have space enough for it. Will he be able to do it into turn 4? Hooper's gone defensive, Ben round the outside. Does he have the grip levels to do it? I don't know, but he keeps it flat out and gets the move done round the outside, coming into the S's. Great move there. Now Hooper, will he come back at him? It doesn't look like for now, but what about on the straight, the back straight of course, keeping himself back as Ben just has a small lock up. But it doesn't look like he has the pace. Great move from Ben there as he goes very defensive all the way over into the left, almost going completely off track. I don't think I've seen anyone go that defensive before. But, you know, Ben just making sure that Hooper doesn't come with a surprise attack, and he's already gotten himself a 5/10 gap.
Lucas going quickly out there as well.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think he's feeling the pressure, but he's not really under any pressure at the moment. To me, just 3.5 seconds back from him, and we've got 3 laps left of this. So, unless Lucas is worried about something, I don't think he's got too much to worry about.
I mean, that should be penalties, but he has a 3.9 second gap down to Mr. Anchor, so that shouldn't be a worry.
He doesn't have any penalties as yet. Crow has the 3 seconds. He's currently okay on that, as Mr. Anchor's 4 seconds off the base of him. And then penalty, as we mentioned, in the midfield, so Ben's on 3, Hooper's on 8, Skatey's on 6, Icebrand's on 3, and Apex is also on 6. So the main changes are going to be Flash taking the 2 in front of him, and Hooper potentially dropping a few more places than that once this checker flag falls in not too long.
Well, it's only 2.5 laps time. Of course, these races go by very quickly, but it is a spectacle to behold. And with the shorter races, you see the drivers take those risks, as we saw Ben dive it down the inside, and Hyper's trying just to hold it around the outside of turn 12, of course. So it's just showing that the drivers are going flat out in these shorter races. Oh, wow,
So
129.5.
Lucas just went faster, then Crow just went, no mate, I'm over this,
Yeah,
and absolutely destroyed it. I think these cars on the track are evolving really well. You don't normally go faster as the race goes on, do you? But we're starting to see more people get into the 29s, which is good to see.
Yeah, we have Lucas, Crow and Hypers all in the 29s. They're quite close. They have been their fastest lap times are blistering. 129.5, 129.6 and 129.6. That is quick in these cars.
It's faster than anything I can do, that's for sure.
I can second that.
Apex is catching up to Iceman at the moment, but it's got 9 seconds penalties compared to Iceman's 3. So it's all going to be for now to the end of the day, but doesn't mean you can't give it a shot. As Lucas, there you go, that is the penalty, but he's got such a big lead over Sweet, it's not going to matter unless he has a big mistake somewhere. Lucas being really helped by his starting position, 2nd place he was in the grid, and took Skatey quite early on, and such is now in the lead on the final lap, and currently, I say currently because things can change, the fastest lap. And right. So Flash is still, Hypers goes even faster, flipping it.
Oh
they
my.
are giving us some beans out there, aren't they?
You must say. Yeah, Flash close to Hooper, but I don't. Will he have enough speed in that slipstream? I don't know. Coming into turn 1, will he go for the move? No, but he goes a bit wide. Maybe looking to go for the switchback as Hooper took the high curb there. But no, as Hooper goes very defensive round the outside. Flash, will he make the move into turn 4? Going side by side, will he have the traction on the outside? No. Hooper stays in 7th place.
Yeah, Flash needs to remember he doesn't actually need to make this overtake. The only problem, though, is Ben is now nearly 3 seconds ahead of him. Ben only has 3 seconds worth of penalties. And looking at those times, he's going to lose out. Then he will gain place on Hooper, but not the 2nd place. Unless he can pull out some magical last sector and a half of time. And it's going to be tight, that's for sure.
Yeah, as we are about to see Lucas come across the line to take the win of the final race. What about Smeej? Comes across the line now, stays in 2nd. Oh, Crow crashes across the line. It was close there, he didn't make it over. Hyper's 4th, Anchor 4th, Hyper's 5th. Ben comes home, 6th place. What about penalties from behind?
5-second penalty.
Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah, oh wow, that changes everything. Let's actually do status now, as there were a DNF come the end. I think someone crashed into the wall a bit too early.
Apex.
Oh wait, oh
He went
yeah.
straight at 14.
I mean, yeah, he did have quite a lot of penalties. But Lucas comes home to win the Grand Prix. I think he was up 6th position from where he started. It's a great drive from him. Great drive from most of the drivers at the top there. But let's look at the standings for the whole race when we just come onto the screen in a bit. Of course, quite a lot of penalties applied. Don't think anyone was aware of that 5-second penalty for Ben.
No, that was. I've just looked it up. It was corner cutting and gain position on the opening lap.
Oh, yeah. Of course, Lucas taking first place, Smeech in second, then Crow in third, of course, with a penalty. Anchor 4th, Hypers 5th, Flash in 6th, Richby in 7th, then Ben with 8 seconds of penalties in 8th, Skatey in 9th, picking up 6 seconds worth of penalties. Hooper in 10th, 8 seconds as well. And Iceman, the last of the point scorers, because we don't award points to the people that do not finish. Iceman 11th, picks up a 3-second time penalty at the end, and Apex there 9 seconds. Although he didn't finish, it's still a lot of seconds extra to the race, and I believe that means that Crow takes the Classic Christmas Cup for this 2019-2020 season. Well done to him, and congratulations.
Yep, he bossed it completely once again. Not really surprised when you think about it, but yeah.
Took 3rd place for the first race in Japan, then taking 6th place at the British Grand Prix, then taking 1st at the Italian, at the Belgian, and here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. So well done. Well, no, he took 3rd, but well done to him for all those results, and well done to all the drivers for being with us this season. And we of course hope to see some of them next season in the Classic Christmas Cup, and also in some of our other leagues here on the channel. And of course, thank you to everyone who's been watching the races for the Classic Christmas Cup, and I believe that's going to be it for this year.
Well, no, it's not really for this year, because we will have a Classic Christmas Cup in December.
that is correct. We are in 2019 or 2020. Wow, it's going great.
Yeah.
Great start to the year, of course. But yeah,
Just say normal AOR F1 races will be back on Sunday, 8 o'clock UK time, 9 o'clock European time. So tune in for that.
Actually, we're actually starting the F2 this Sunday or Saturday before we start back up again with F1 on Sunday. So that's something you can look forward to in just 2 small days, and we will hopefully see you there. And until then, have a good one. Goodbye.